Hey guys, JNO0. Hey, I wanted to show you guys some projects, some ideas that I have, and I want you guys to give me some feedback and let me know if you think it's a good idea or a bad idea, if it's a waste of time, if I'm wasting my resources, because I don't have a lot of resources just to be wasted. So when you guys watch this video, please either comment or send me a PM or get with me on Skype or something like that, and let me know what you guys think about these projects that I have in mind, because this is the reason that I'm doing this video, because I want to know what everybody thinks. So first thing that I want to do is, let's take a walk here. First thing that I want to do is right here, that's my dining room window. Right out here, I want to build a little brick enclosure right in this area here that's going to be about 3 foot wide by maybe 4 foot long by 4 foot tall. And I want to build it out of brick because inside of the enclosure I want to put a sand floor and a wood burning stove. That way I will have all the wood burning and all the dangerous stuff, the smoke and the heat and the fire would be outside here and the chimney going straight up, and I can run some duct work from the building, from the little enclosure where the stove is, where the heat is, and run it into the dining room window here. That way I can still get the heat in the winter time, but yet inside this little enclosure where the stove is, I can hang meat, I can boil water if I need to, you know, I can put stuff in there and make the fire go low and make jerky. You know, there's all kind of things you can do inside this little enclosure. That's what I want to do with this area right here. The problem is bricks and wooden stoves are really expensive. I've been wanting to do this for a couple of years. I just can't get any kind of resources together to make it happen. I found a few bricks here and there where people are tearing down chimneys, so I can get the bricks, but the wood burning stove is going to be expensive. So the only other thing that I think I'm going to be able to do is to sell my one remaining vehicle, which is a 1987 Land Rover Range Rover. That's my Hills vehicle. I haven't sold it yet because I've been gritting and bearing it and suffering through it, because I just know that as soon as I sell this vehicle, we are going to have a bad storm, we're going to have a bad winter. Oh look, there's no customers at the peep show. But as soon as I get rid of this thing, something's going to happen, and I'm going to have a bad winter, and I'm going to have to get into town, and the van ain't going to make it. That's the reason why I've been keeping on this thing. It's a tank. I love it to death, and it's a really reliable. It never let me down. But I think it's to the point to where I'm going to have to sell it, because I don't have any other way to get the stuff that I need to put that stove in that little enclosure up there, that little building, like I want to. So anybody, let me know. There's anybody out there. All right, let's take a walk down here by the creek. And don't get me wrong, I'm not e-begging, okay? I'll make my own way. I'll make it if I need it. There's my board. Right there. I got one little hump on the end that I got to get finished getting off of there, and that'll be a board, and I'll be throwing it in the ground and starting to build that terrace boxes. So everybody, shake your fist. Get them angry vibes going at it. Like I say, I'm not e-begging, all right? I will make my own way. I will get what I need to get eventually, somehow, some way. I will figure it out. So don't take this video the wrong way, please. Look, we painted the $50 chicken coop, and the little girls in there are having a blast. Right down here is a creek that is a runoff creek from all these hills that are around here. All right, you look up back in the holler there. This creek is where the runoff runs. So the idea that I had for this right down here was right here in front of me, right there by that big sycamore tree, right there. I thought about building a dam, probably just out of creek rock and a little bit of maybe Quikrete, you know, the bag Quikrete, the concrete stuff. Just using creek rocks and some chicken wire and stuff like that, and building a dam right there, because that's about 6 foot deep, and it looks to me about maybe 10 foot wide. And that would give me a reservoir of water, rain runoff, that over time would fill up this whole little bed area right here. And that would give me extra water for watering the garden, which is just over that way a little ways. Watering the chickens. I talked with a really good friend who was super smart. We said, you know, at the top of the dam right here, we could put a little spillway. I can build a little wooden water wheel or something that can turn as the water's flowing over the top of it, hook up a couple of car alternators to it, and charge some batteries, that, you know, free battery charging while the water's running. And then once it gets deep enough, I could probably throw some fish in there, because that should be big enough, I think, maybe to support a few fish, so that would give us an extra meat source. So that's my second big project. And I can get started on this, but I'm going to probably get started on this summer sometime, because I don't need any money. I just need to get out here and get after it, because I've got, you know, rock, and I've got extra chicken wire, and I can get a couple dollars worth of Quikrete, some busted bags or whatever, and start getting this thing going. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think this would be worth it? Do you think it'd be a waste of time? Do you think that there's not enough area to build up a little reservoir back up in through there? Do you think, oh, hey, look at that. Looky here. Here's a little treat. You guys see that? Let me get this stuff out of the way here. Can you see those? That is what we call a hickory jack. Hickory jack mushroom. Right there. Growing on the side of an elm. An old dead elm that came down. Of course, I'll have to clear all this stuff out, and there's a little bit better look at the creek down in there. But, I mean, like I say, you know, let me know, guys, what you think about these project ideas. The one project, the wooden stove, unless somebody comes up and buys that truck, I don't think there's going to be any way I'm going to get started on that this year. Maybe next year. I doubt it. But the dam here on the creek, I can definitely get going. So let me know what you think, guys. Is it a waste of time? Is it a good idea? Will it work? You know, I like everybody's opinion before I start something, because that'll be a lot of work. And I don't want to have to do a lot of work and waste a lot of time, you know, for something that's not going to benefit me. So let me know what you think. The end.